when I saw that connection that the priest had to their body and the worship space and, spirit, I realized that there was kind of this missing link or this taboo type of energy in between knowing that sexuality and spirituality can coexist. You think male, female, and they come together to have a baby. Well, we always see the baby as sacred, but we never see the act of what they did together, of them having sex, as sacred or as like beautiful or godlike. And that's always really been puzzling for me. It's like, well, how in the hell is the baby sacred? Like if the act of getting the baby here isn't just as beautiful. Even just like the story of Adam and Eve in the garden and how they were naked, and when she ate from the tree, they realized like, oh shoot, we're naked, like we can't, like what's happening, what's going on, like why are we like this, we need to cover up, we need to have shame. But when I think it was like when God came to them and said, well, who told you that you were naked? Who told, like in the scriptures is who told you that you were naked? I've always interpreted that as, well, who told you that your body wasn't something like of me? Like who told you that like your parts, like how you are made, is something that is disgusting, that needs to be covered up, pushed away, shunned to the side, like, and I always thought about that. And when you think about the church space, like it doesn't highlight that. It doesn't talk about coming back to that space of erotic innocence, of like just reveling in the fact that, your body is of God and that all of it is beautiful and sex is beautiful and being naked is beautiful. Like we never talk about that part of it. We only talk about the fact that, because she ate the fruit, like everything, like that's how we fell into sin. The fruit doesn't really symbolize sin. It symbolizes shame. When we ate the fruit, we picked up shame. And that shame has disconnected us from being able to really be at one with our spirit, with God, with our lovers, with ourselves. Like it has that moment is, that was where the disconnect happened. And so my work has always been about what's so powerful about the erotic that it brings us closer to God. Like what is so powerful about, like how in each moment do we all pick up the fruit and place that shame on ourselves and disconnect ourselves from our power, disconnect ourselves from having a visceral relationship with God. Because, after she had the fruit, it's not that they didn't have a relationship with God anymore. It was just from the neck up. They like everything it was like, this is all dirty. All of this down here is dirty, but I can still think about God. I can pray, I can meditate, I can sing, I can do all of these things up here. But if you tell me to bring that feeling of spirit, of goodness into the rest of my body, then somehow, some way, I'm, like, no, like that's wrong. That's where all the chaos starts. And it's not, because I think if we become fully integrated, if we get back into our bodies, if we allow ourselves to remove that shame, we're going to find another piece of the puzzle when it comes to spirituality. We're going to find another piece of our relationship. We're going to find that it's deeper, that it's more consistent, that it's more, that it has more impact, that has way more impact. Because we feel it from our toes through to the tips of our hair, like no matter what. But it first starts with us being willing to remove that veil and point out the ways in which we pick up shame ourselves and how other people place shame on us. And by getting rid of that or removing that, or, learning how to navigate those moments, how we come back into our full power.